Hi, good morning, and thanks so much for joining me here in my shop today on October 16th, where I've been away from this big old radio and its big speaker for a couple of weeks, but now I'm back at it because I have acquired the part I needed. I've acquired a replacement output transformer. Just before I get going though, if you're a regular watcher or subscriber of my videos, then you know I was working on this radio. My last video posted covering this little radio here. And unfortunately, the guy has suffered a somewhat terminal failure of his speaker. So I phoned up the owner of this radio and I reported to him that I don't think I'm going to be successful. And his response was, "That's okay, I've got another identical radio. I will give you that one." So that guy's going to come back at some point with his brother. And between the two of them, we'll get one of them working anyway. So now, as for this great radio here, which is my radio, I own this big guy here. So I discovered that the output transformer is shot. And as I mentioned, I've managed to acquire a replacement. So step one is install this transformer onto here. Hook it up to the wires where appropriate, and then step two is plug it all back into the radio and get everything going. Again, here's the rest of the wires here. Get it going with its proper output. So that's what I'm going to work on today. So one of the things I have to figure out is which of these three leads is which. On the center tapped primary side of this transformer, we could guess the black one is the center. Probably a good guess. Well, I'm going to use the ohm meter here and make resistance measurements to try to figure out. Let's go on the what I think is the outside. So a fair bit of resistance there, 360 ohms. Now we go from what I think is the outside to the center tap. We should see half that. No, that's not right. We were seeing half of it. So is this the outside now? 680. So that's half. That's the whole thing. And this should be half. That's half. So it's between the green and the black. It's the white that is the center tap. Okay, white is center. Think I'm going to remember that? I've almost forgotten it already. White is the center, so eventually I'll have to sort out which of these is the center. Okay. Now I'm going to take this guy off here. Leave a little bit of this wire, just might be useful. Okay. There it is. Troublemaker. Now, is this going to fit right in there? Holy smokes. I think it will. This is really curled up on the wire here. Yeah. This one too. Boop, 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 boop. Oh, on this, yeah, okay. Woo. And we'll did that backwards. That wouldn't have helped. Yeah, these wires are long enough to get there. Excellent. Excellent. So I got this transformer from friends of mine at a repair shop in Toronto called Ring Audio. So if you're in Toronto and you've got a radio, like, you know, something you want fixed, especially if it's a not an old tube one. Certainly they can work on tube ones. You know what? This is not going to work. It's the wrong hole. I gotta find some tapping screws. These aren't self-tappers. Okay. That's right, Ring Audio in Toronto. Go down there and see them. Great shop, fantastic shop. Blow your mind if you go in there. Absolutely. Okay, I've got some screws here to try. So you see there's a slot right in the end of the screw there. So I think that enables the self-tapping action. Yeah, nice. Very good. I left off the wire clamp. I may put it on. Probably. So before these wires were clamped, these ones jointed. I think I'd rather clamp these, in fact. Clamp them over here. Here, a little more natural here. A bit awkward to make a nice, you know, connection like that. But maybe I'm going to have to do it like this. Yeah, I think I do need that clamp in there. That. I want to put some tape around this. To do that, I have to find my tape. Here it is. Here it is. A little bit hidden from view. My poor cat spent the entire day indoors yesterday. I think the same thing's going to happen today. My older cat doesn't care that much, Peanut, but the younger cat really likes going outside. I think that'll be okay. I wouldn't clamp this down. Just incidentally, I just did a little technique there. So you gotta pull this tape off. And in lots of cases, what the heck, you just yank and pull it off, right? You want to stretch it a bit. The pulling off is a bit of a problem because when it snaps, your arms go flying. Let's say I'm holding onto a piece of wire that's connected here. I just yank this apart, I'm liable to yank on the wire. Nothing's going to happen, but I'd rather not do that. So what I do when I have to pull like that is I try to push against my hands. Try to bring them into contact when I'm pulling. So when things snap apart, it's not just my shoulders I'm pulling with. I'm pulling more with my fingers than that. And I don't get that big snap apart. There you go. Hey, just made your day. Yeah, things I do that everybody does that I think are special. Yeah. Okay, now I guess the next step is to figure out which of these is what. Which of these is what? So I'm going to stop, dig out the schematic, see what I can find out in anywhere, somewhere, anywhere. Okay, if we take a peek at the schematic here, I think we can figure out which wire is which, or a method to figure out which wire is which pretty easily. So this is the output transformer here driving the speaker. And you can see on the primary side there are 3 wires going into it. 2 on the ends and 1 in the center, 1 center tap. The center tap is receiving the B+ voltage right from the power supply and sending it to the plates through the winding here. And at the same time, the same supply is being fed to the screens in these tubes. So the wires on the output transformer primary go straight to terminals on these tubes. In fact, you can pick one tube and find that the wire here goes straight to the plate terminal and the wire here goes straight to the screen terminal. And I should be able to use an ohmmeter and figure out which is which just by pulling a tube out at the top here of the radio. Don't even have to go underneath. Stick a terminal in there on the right, stick a probe in on the right terminal, and then just look for which of the 3 wires has a short on it. I think that's going to work. Do we know which is which here? I'll have to get out my tube manual to figure out which pin is which. I don't want to get that wrong. Okay, so let's just back up a little bit here. Okay, output tube would be this. Drag this guy around. Output tubes plugged to the speaker. Okay, pin for poking in there. Here. Manual 6F6 or 6V6. I've been using 6V6 in this radio. We'll look there. It's the very same pin out anyway. QRST V 6V6. Okay, so plate is on 3. Let's start with that one. 3. Counting 3, 1, 2, 3. So that wire should lead right to one of these 3 here. there we are. 3 of them here. 2 look similar, 1 looks different. Betcha that's the center tap one. Okay, now but we're looking for the plate. Not to confuse things here. Are you the plate? Yes. Are you the plate? No. Are you the plate? No. Hey, got a pretty clear answer there. That's a plate. Okay, now we'll go to the plate of the other tube. And my guess would be this is the other plate. There we are. And this is the center tap. Okay, to prove that, I'll move the probe into the screen pin. The screen is on 4. Pin 4. Just one more over. So this should put a short. Da, 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 da. Okay, so we know the center tap. That's all we really need to know is which one's the center tap, and holy smokes, it's easy to remember. Now what was it over here? It was this white one. So this white one goes to this colored one. Somewhat totally unintuitive. Somewhat totally. I'm playing loose and fast with words. Yeah, it's going to be a bit of an ugly way to join these, but it'll work. Go. These ones don't really matter. There's no no polarity. That's what I'm trying to get at by saying that. Think about what happens if I get these wrong. What if I get these wrong? I don't think it would be a disastrous result, like something blowing up or anything like that. We are dealing with the high voltage here. But I don't think so. I think we would get some kind of weird functioning of the output stage of the transformer, of the radio. I'm not sure what it would sound like. Hope I don't find out. Okay, now I'm not so sure these wires are soldering up. Yeah, good. And I'm going to put those caps back on. Where did they go? There they are. These are not going on with any kind of grip. Okay, clamp it in here, just like that. Don't need to clamp it too tight. There we are. And we're ready to turn this radio on. Oh boy. Holy smokes, already? Hey, that happened kind of fast. So I'm going to stop. I have to hunt the two V6 tubes, two 6 V6 tubes that I had in here, and my God knows where they've gone. So, and then we will try this guy out. Okay, what happened here? You didn't remind me to hook these ones up. So one of the TV shows I often mention when I'm in here, because I'm watching it at the same time, I'm going out and watching little bits of it, is a show called Mayday, and it's about air crash investigations. Well, they've changed the name of the TV show. It's no longer called Mayday, it's now called Air Accident Investigation. Well, that's a mouthful. You know, Mayday is a much better name, but I guess it's too vague, and I think the program is being is going international now from Canada. So if you want to watch it, it's a great show. Look for something called Air Accident Investigation. There we go. Now it's ready. Now where are those tubes? Okay, so here's my box of 6 V6s, and I'm looking for tube 11 and 9, and they happen to be right here. These are all previously tested tubes. These two tested okay. There we go. Pop these guys in. So there's a number of output tubes: 6V6, 6W6, 6F6, 6K6, I think. They're all, you know, always check before you believe anything I say. But I think you can just pop in these alternate tubes into the same sockets with a small variation. Be things like, oh, I gotta leave this on. Like, what are you doing? So I'm talking and not thinking. Acting without forethought here. Okay, so we're really close to turning this guy on. I can't believe it. It's that easy. Flip him around. Wham. I'm trying to remember where I was with this radio. I think I had done all the alignment work and was getting ready to check up on the eye and stuff like that. So I'm gonna put a piece of wood under the edge of the speaker back here. Make sure I don't catch the cone with it. Okay, now dim bulb's quite important here. So let me just practice a little bit. The radio, where's the on-off switch? Right here. Okay, it's switched on. Pretty sure this is volume. Pretty sure this is tone. Well, just in case this one turns out to be volume, we'll turn it this way. Okay, this is volume. This is treble, this is bass. Now I'm remembering. Righto. So we'll turn them down. See that little bit of British talk there? Did you hear that? Righto come out of me? Wow. And antenna. We should put an antenna on it. Now, I know for sure the antenna is switched off right now because I was using it last night. Okay, and we'll go on. There was a capacitor and the non-capacitor input. We'll go on the capacitor input. If I remember right, it was weakened a bit by a capacitor I need to check into. Okay, we're set. Oh, I should really get a... Where's all the buttons? Where'd all the buttons go? So I need a band changing button here. Quickly, find me a button. Find me a knob. Okay, no knobs here. I have to run out the garage and retrieve the knobs. So another thing about this radio is it has the dial glass here. Very complex, expensive to make, I'm sure, dial glass. And then it has another additional glass that comes in front of it that's attached to the cabinet itself. And that front glass is gone. It's smashed and gone. And I have acquired a piece of plastic which I'm pretty sure is going to replace that glass. A nice stiff piece of plastic. So I'm pretty happy about that. I got every angle covered, I think. Okay, baby. What are you going to do? Again, volume down. Oh, you want to keep an eye on those dim bulbs. Yes, that's where the excitement is, back here. Okay, here we go. Now, what am I expecting? Expecting it's on one light. This is a big radio. I'm going to put it on 2 lights here. Okay, so two lights in the circuit. Expect these lights to come on a little bit and go down and then come back on. And as they come back on, we expect sound to come out of the speaker and music to play and everybody to be happy. There we go. Good. They came on just a little wee bit. Perfect. I'm watching now. They're going down. And the voltage on the radio is 105 going down, 106 going up, 106 steady. Okay, come on, speaker. Presto. How about it? Round of applause. Now, let's just see what it's picking up here. I'm on the broadcast band. Trying to get the dial lighting to come through here. There. There we are. $680. So this is operating at 100 volts right now. I'm going to put the full juicage onto it. Lots more volume, a little more brightness on the light. So that sound there, I'm not sure what that is. So I'm looking for a station 640. There it is. Visit, you didn't hear that, but he said visit mountpleasant.com. Mount Pleasant is a cemetery, a huge cemetery in Toronto. COVID, man. Well, let's have some fun, and we'll go check out a shortwave band here. Okay. Oh, turn the volume right up. Ooh, what was that? I heard that. A pop and it came to life. Who's popping? Not sure. So at this time of day, we could expect some stuff to be received up in this area. What was that? Where to go? Something apparently is not right. So I have the antenna connected through a capacitor that appears to be weak, but there is an opportunity to connect the antenna straight past that capacitor. So I'm going to take that opportunity here. It's a lot more volume now, or some more volume. Here we are. So this is the powerhouse radio station at 9.33.
Cometieron infanticidio. Debían matar a todos los niños. ¿No así? Claro, conocía la historia. No lo hicieron, ¿no? Faraón al respecto. Éxodo 1:17 dice.
Okay, checking the tone quality now.
Rey de Egipto les ordenó. Hijos varones.
Okay, something up with this control for sure.
Significa mantener vivo, el dar vida, preservar la vida y recuperar la vida. La palabra original significa revivir. Cuando un pequeño varón hebreo
I checked the temperature of that transformer I put in. Cool as a cookie. Cookies aren't necessarily cool. It's cool. Okay, we're going to try to find the same, but we can't. The same station here on the proper 9 megahertz band is over here. It's off band. Let's go see what happens there. There we are. Maybe we can tune some other stuff. The volume is full. What's going on here? Set a radio. What's going on? Something very odd there. So there's a station there. sounds like when the signal's not strong, the radio's in cutoff, and as the signal comes in, it's cracking its way through cutoff. It's popping its way. It's brother stare, of course, fading. So you really shouldn't fade right out like that. It should fade out into noise. So there's definitely more to do here. That's another. That's pretty crazy sounding. Let's see how crazy it is up here. Now, hard to turn the volume up and it's all there. So here we got a band that's working properly on this radio. Should pick something up. Okay, and the last one, if I remember right, this was kind of... Oh, no, lots there. So WWV, I think, is going to be off the scale here. Probably over here. I very seldom pick up WWV at 15 megahertz anymore. Conditions are so bad for that. Didn't I say something about having to turn on the antenna? Oh, for crying out loud. That's right, I did. Hey, that's good news. So I'm going to take a quick run and turn on the antenna. Right, turn on the antenna. Okay, now we get to compare the antenna with the lead-in. We were just using the lead-in last time. That's a little better. Okay, gotta turn the volume right up full. Hear nothing. Not sure what that is. So that sounds like ham radio. I'm sure that's ham radio transmission. Way in the wrong spot. 16 megahertz. It should be down close to the 14 here. I hear you, Peanut. So that's ham radio stuff too. I'm picking it up in a couple places there. So I think what we're listening to is really down here somewhere. Maybe even here. We have bad alignment problem on this band. It shouldn't be received there. That's almost certainly down here somewhere. The 9.3 blaster should be right in here. Oh, there it is. Now, maybe this isn't the 9.3 blaster. It's a strong signal anyway. There we go. I should pick a little bit up down here. Above 7 megahertz. So, hey, how did you like how the Magic Eye worked during all that? Magic Eye's right there. It's in there. Doesn't make it dark enough in here. You kind of see it there. Where? Down there. Right. Oop, don't want that in view. There it is. So I can see it. Now, get the station. Okay, so there's no motion in the Magic Eye. I'm going to change bands. Something. So I think there's zero motion in the Magic Eye, which you can't see anyway. There we go. So that ends the assessment of this radio at this point. And what did I get out of that? So alignment problem on the 9 megahertz band. I think it's an alignment problem because the radio's working out other bands. So I'm willing to bet it's an alignment issue there. And probably it's good to go over the whole thing again, the whole alignment. The speaker is working. It's fantastic. I'm very excited about that. This means this radio can go back in its cabinet, which I have fixed up in the meantime. Painted a little bit. It looks fantastic. This is a $20 radio. A guy was literally getting ready to throw out. Thought he might take a shot at selling it for 20 bucks. I'm a buyer on these guys. And once it's all done, I'm going to send him a photo of the finished radio and make him feel bad about selling it to me for 20 bucks. So thanks a lot for watching. Next session, it'll be all about finishing off the alignment and deciding if the radio's performance is reaching where I want it to reach. Fiddling around with the Magic Eye, trying to get the Magic Eye to respond. Maybe put a brighter one or get it to be brighter somehow. And that's really about it for this radio. Fantastic. Can't wait to see it back in its cabinet. Thanks for watching.